Good evening, FDV youth. This is my video response to the questions that I've assigned you guys for this month. Now, my hair is a mess. I've had a long day at work and I don't feel like putting in a ponytail, so please excuse the craziness. Now, the first question that I assigned was, what use am I? What do I do for God and for others? Well, besides the obvious that I've had my whole life to gather skills for and develop talent for is nursing and, helping out with the church in other ways. But something that I've done for as long as I've been a Christian, and honestly, since as long as I've been a Christian, I've always tried since then to not get angry or defensive. Maintaining my peace seems to help others maintain theirs. And the hardest part in doing that is when others come up against me and accuse me of something or are angry about something that I've done or someone that I care about has done, or somehow I, get the brunt of their anger. I try not to get defensive and try to stay calm. And I've always tried to be that source of peace for them. That person that always tries to understand what they are going through, what they feel like, and why they're reacting the way they are. And even though their reactions might not be just, my reaction, I always try to maintain a peaceful and honestly good response to them. And I mean good as in the capital G, as in God's goodness. I do always try to maintain the peace and try to accept when I'm wrong, and even if I'm not, try to help reach an understanding or seek forgiveness, even if I didn't do anything really wrong. But that's just something that I've always done for others around me and for God too. Because honestly, I've been better at that since I've started becoming a Christian. Now, the next question I should say is, where does my time go? Which is a more difficult question because I don't know if you guys know me, but my life is very, very busy. I have school, I have work, I have church, my husband, my son, my own personal family. I try to keep in contact with all my friends, so that means making time for them on my time off to come and visit me or go visit them or call them. And then I want to read sometimes. Sometimes I just want to read a book to relax. And sometimes it's not good to overwhelm oneself. But something I can say I always do throughout all of this is pray. I do. In the morning when I wake up, on my way to work, while at work, while I'm cleaning, anytime I have a moment of being angry or my peace gets shooken up, I pray a lot throughout my whole busy schedule. And I take that time to integrate God into my schedule throughout the day. No matter how busy I am, I rely on Him, so I know that for the most part, I can't say I'm 100% perfect, and I've never gone, a time where I would forget to say, oh God, please help me, or, help me through this. There's sometimes I'm exhausted, and the last thing I think about is praying, and then there are times when I realize how dumb that was, and I was like, I should have just prayed about it. But praying does help me get through my day, and through my schedule, and through my problems. Now, hardest time to follow God. For me, that was when I first converted. I want to say like the hardest for me personally, the hardest time was not, I had already converted to Christianity, but I first committed to a church, somewhat committed, I'd say. I felt like going every Sunday was too much because Sunday used to be my time with my families. So at first I said, I'm only going to go every other Sunday. One Sunday for my family, one Sunday for church. And then I realized how much of a problem I had whenever Easter came around. And every Easter before this, we'd always go to the beach. We'd always have a cookout, spend the day at the beach, and Easter egg hunt. Which there's nothing wrong with doing any of that. But what's wrong is whenever I put that first and more importantly over God. Because most of all, Easter is Jesus' day. It's the day to be there with Him, to honor Him and celebrate Him. And I was upset that I had to miss Easter Sunday at the beach to go to church. And while hearing that preaching in church on that Easter Sunday, I started crying because I realized how messed up my thinking was and how much I valued my family and my traditions over honoring God. And it really was an eye-opener, because even if I didn't want to be there making that right decision, even without my whole heart being there, it being in that church that Sunday really did change my whole outlook. I stopped going to my family's house every Sunday. I would go eat with Joel after church, and then I'd go to my family's house. I made more time for God. I started sacrificing other parts to make more time for God. It's okay to sacrifice your favorite activities for God, but it's not okay to sacrifice God's activities for your favorites. And that was a lesson I had to learn. And it took me until that Easter, I want to say a few months before I realized that. Maybe almost half a year. But okay, I hope you guys get your response to us back quickly. And I hope that my video response has helped you. Love ya.